Hey, this is JoshCast Live in the Northeast County Cabaret showroom, where all the memories happen. Josh Jacobou here, and two special guests tonight. They're going to join me for some, I wouldn't call it witty banter, some sort of podcast banter. My first guest tonight, he's on the True Life Not Doritos podcast. He's our third Dorito. I can't say that word. Dorito. Bill Miller! Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Bill, for coming out.
Hey, no problem.
And this next guy,
This seems forced.
he gets forced to do stuff by peer pressure, but great impressions, great storyteller, Will Fitz!
Oh, hey.
Will Fitz to the show!
I didn't see you standing over there. That's amazing. You just appeared magically.
Behind this curtain stage.
Magic. It's movie magic. It's true.
3 white guys, well, 2.5 white guys and half a spick.
Where?
Where here?
Coming this fall on CBS.
That could be a sitcom.
No one told me.
Hey, Beeline, if you're watching this, you blew it, pal.
You blew it, you fucking fag.
No, actually, Beeline's a great guy, but it was a miscommunication. Me and him always had miscommunication. Like, he'll text me sometimes at 8:15 to say, "You ready to go on Skype and do a 3-hour show when I'm sleeping?" We gotta get things together. But how are you guys doing? I think you're not drunk at all, right?
No.
How many drinks does it take you to get lit? Like, you would have to drink. Those are strong drinks, by the way.
Well, like 6 whiskeys, but that's with a standard like half glass pour. So like about half of this glass here, so that'd be 3 to 4 ounces. That's with a standard bartender. With Mike here, it's only 3 because he like fills it to the brim. So that's like 5 to 6 ounces of alcohol, of 40 to 50% whiskey at a time.
Now I thought it had something to do with. This is why I knew it was untrue. It has nothing to do with body portion, right?
It's a combo. It's a whole thing. Like, because also that rule for me, that's a combo of my tolerance probably more than anything. Because even though like your body mass index is higher than mine,
BMI.
TMI. Even though that's higher, like you don't regularly condition yourself to drink like a professional athlete, professional drinker. So yeah, it's the combination of that, the alcohol percent, body fat, and yeah, your tolerance for it.
So when it comes to body fat, if you're in better shape, does it take you longer to get drunk, or is it the opposite?
Well, no, it's more the bigger you are, the more it takes. Like it'll.
I have one, and I'm drunk, and I'm a pretty fat guy. So is it really?
Well, like you should, but again, you don't build up that tolerance because you don't cave to peer pressure. We're like, have another one. You're like, okay, okay, and then you just like 6 later, like you've drank a case of beer and you're fucking lit. But if you did that often enough, you would have the tolerance for it, and you would also increase your body fat to it because of all the carbs in the beer or the calories in straight liquor.
Now, Bill, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, I was drinking some wild turkey.
Wild turkey.
They gave me a lot.
Yeah.
I put a lot in this grand blended Scotch whiskey.
Did you drink the whole thing?
I drank the whole damn thing.
Oh.
And that's Wild Turkey 101, so it's 50.5% alcohol.
Tasted like medicine.
Yeah.
Tastes like big boy grandpa syrup.
Yeah. Well, that's alcohol. Alcohol does it is an anesthetic. Like it actually does numb your tongue the stronger it is, and that's why in old time war things are like oh god, I gotta get the bullet, and so it's like here, drink, get fucking liquored up. Even though it thins your blood, it does also numb you to them going in and pulling the fucking bullet out. And be like,
I will have to say I do have a toothache, and it's not bothering me right now.
yeah, it will.
Is that why people do that to their baby?
Oh yeah.
Like they'll take their
Shut
baby,
up.
and do it around the
they'll take their
gums.
flaccid penis and put it in their mouth.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh.
To each their own, maybe.
No, not to each their own. If you're doing that,
That
you might as well throw out the baby because you ruined that person. Yeah, it's not going to develop into
But
a normal person.
Dip
Yeah,
it
a little bit of rum
the
or
rum
something.
and then around the gums, because it
Yeah.
numbs the gums and slowly.
And then the baby starts to
conditions
get
them
drunk,
be an
like-
alcoholic. Yeah.
Now, we saw an interesting picture before the show. We can't show it. The bartender showed us some sort of transgender person. It looked like a vagina.
No, it was CGI magic. It was movie magic. It was a
and
vagina.
and then a cock popped out.
It blooped out
Yeah.
like it was holding its breath.
But also, are you sure that wasn't just an excellent tuck job where like it was tucked back
Yeah.
so much it caused the cleft, and then when they let it go, it straightened and smoothed itself out and flopped it from the back. To
It
the
looked
middle
like a
to the
vagina.
front.
If that's
No,
real,
that was-
man, then that person deserves
If
a
they
reward.
did that, then the camera that they used to photograph it was at a slow shutter setting.
Either that, their buttholes like inverted and they're private or something. Now, you were talking about, speaking of a picture, last night you were telling a story about a date.
Oh yeah,
in a park, right?
there was this. There's this Instagram, and it's my_ute YUTE_ghost_.
Now, is that the picture date? You found the picture in the park?
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, the picture.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Instagram.
So you're talking about the black guy?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm always
we'll get
talking-
to that later, but tell me the story about the date you had.
So, okay, it was one of my first dates I've ever been on. I was a teenager with my first girlfriend, and I said, oh, you know what would be a good date for me and you, because I don't have any money? I would take you to the park. And I took her to the park, and we took a walk along the path in the park, and I found it was a Polaroid picture.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's a Polaroid picture. I picked it up and I turned around and it was like a fat man's small penis. And it looks like they took it right there in the dark, and then they just like, oh, let's leave it here.
That's a great prank, but see, they weren't there for the reaction. You gotta get the
You
reaction.
don't know. They could be like creepy predator style with the mud all over, like
Yeah.
hiding. They're like,
And what was the girl's reaction?
Oh, she loved it. She thought it was so funny.
Yeah, it had to be. That's funny.
It is.
Especially it's a fat guy
Yeah.
with a dick. That's funny.
And the thing was, it's not like he like had his pants down and his shirt up and whatnot. He was completely naked.
yeah.
in the woods.
In
like,
the
so
woods.
Got all undressed and just like Polaroid. And wait, but
And someone else took the photo.
oh, because his full body and he's at a distance and he's
It was-
how's his
It was pretty much like cuts off here
Oh, okay.
and there.
Okay.
But you know he's not like, because
Yeah.
he's just like out like this. And
Yeah.
I think you see his arms in it. But it was great. I've kept it. It's still in my father's house.
Yeah. And Mike wants to see it. Not for erotic purposes, just for...
Just for an experience.
Yeah.
He had to be there. It was like 2002, maybe 2003.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing. Like, I feel like Howard Stern, he really changed the humor of making penises funny. Because I remember when I was a kid, I never heard any... Well, I was a kid. And he would have a guy on his show go, take your penis right out. And me and my sister didn't get it. We're like, is this guy gay? Like, why do you want to see that guy's penis? We're like, no, it doesn't matter. It's not gay. Take it out.
Yeah.
And then, the Jackass came out, and then now you got, Eric Andre. And now it's just dicks are funny. But it's just, I feel like...
Well, I think like it's just a matter of so many things were off limits before, and then that meant it was easier to be blue back in the day, and just like George
Yeah.
Carlin's The 7 Dirty Words or whatever,
Yeah,
and people are like, ah! But
Yeah.
now like even I forget when the change was. It was sometime in the 2000s that the standards and practice allowed, if your show comes on at 8 o'clock or later, you're allowed to say dick once in the terms of, it's just like standards and practices actually allow, you can say dick once, but you can't mean the anatomy. You have to
He's
call
being
it-
a dick.
He's a dick. He's
Yeah.
a prick, not a
Look
dick
at
or
his
a
dick.
prick.
If
And
they say look at his dick, it would be look at his bleep.
same with, it can also be like,
His throbbing
like,
bleep.
it can be like shit, but not
Oh,
shit.
there's shit.
That's human shit.
That's the
Like,
context of it.
yeah,
But that's the FCC thing, and that's
But-
it's just like the movie Private Parts. With Howard Stern, you ever see that?
yeah,
last movie he goes, he
Blanka-doodle-doo.
Yeah, so he does the bit on the show, and he gets in trouble. The FCC guy goes, read him the rules. And he goes, the following words you can't say, cock, shit, cunt, motherfucker, or something.
Yeah.
And he reads it off. It's so funny.
But yeah, that just it's like, so you can't have big cock coming out of
Yeah.
his mouth.
I can't say big cock. You can't say that out of your mouth.
I mean, that was a great analysis of
Yeah.
it. And just, showing the hypocrisy and how stupid it is. And even, before his fall from grace, Louis C.K. had a good thing about the N-word, saying how dare you get away with you could say the N-word.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking, I know what they said, and you're making me say it in my head. Because everyone knows what the N-word and the R-word and the C-word are, and then you even can make a joke that, I meant the other thing.
And if you guys love jokes with the C, R, and N word, you should come out to the Northeast Comedy Cabaret open mic night Wednesday nights this very room at the Boulevard. Only 2 out of the 3 comedians do that kind of stuff, and you can't guess who.
I self-identify as our word.
Yeah. Let's call somebody right now. Let's call B-Lie. Let's see. He won't answer because he's addicted to Red Bull and he's passed out. But let's call him up and see if he hasn't done a great podcast voice. And let's see if he will do the show. But every time I call this guy, I can't get a hold of him. He's the busiest guy I bet in show business. Everybody else will text back. I don't have reception in here. It says dial in. Yeah, it's not. I don't know if I have reception.
He's just going to have a missed call appear, and he's going to be like, shit.
Yeah, well, that always happens. When I call him, he gets back to me 2 days later. That's what happened. And one time he tried to, he heard me talk about on the Help Yourself podcast we do, self-help. I told him that, that I have, suicidal thoughts. He was like, you ever need someone to talk to? Let me know. And I was like, well, you take 3 days to get back. If I need someone to call, I'll be dead.
Yeah.
All right, you can put your phone down now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this wasn't a phone.
If
you want to.
Mine's gone. I'm a professional.
He's a professional broadcaster.
Yeah, you're right.
No, it's fine.
Right.
Phones are...
This is serious. That's why I'm so concerned about my identity, and my future Senate run is going to be jeopardized by this racist diatribe.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 people possibly watching this on YouTube for 2 seconds before they turn it off. Now, let's get...
Well, under what title? What segment or title is this show? Is this just?
Well, this is supposed to be just JoshCast. I was going to do True Life Not the Reels. I wanted him to call in.
Okay.
But I guess he wanted to do the show online. But see, that was the miscommunication. He said, I don't like doing the show online. There's too many audio problems.
No.
So I thought he could call in and we could just have it on speaker, though it would sound shitty, but he didn't want to do it. But anyway, hey, be live if you're watching. We miss you, buddy. We miss your scraggly hair and your cool questions. No, he puts a lot of work into the show. But that's it. I don't have anything else.
Oh, here, let's do a segment called "Look at Your Shoes."
Okay.
Yeah, you got the classiest one here. Oh, both of you got like the sort of easy thing going with that breathable mesh.
Well, I bought these in different colors. These are just regular Nikes running shoes, which is ironic because I don't run. I used to buy the flashy kind, so it cost like $70, $80. I realized, who am I trying to impress? So I bought these for like $40. I got them in 2 different colors.
Take your shoes off.
So $40 Pumas. The bottom of the line, but comfy as hell.
Look at your shoes, everybody.
We smell
Ooh, look at your shoes.
Look at my shoes. I got these from Zappos. I've been ordering my shoes on Zappos for the last couple years because they don't have my.
You're rocking Pumas. Are those Puma socks?
Nope, they are Gildan.
Gildan.
Same of the generic T-shirts that people get printed on, stuff like that, where you have to buy a ton of them.
You get your band shirts with your stupid band logo that no one gives a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
And you're rocking the suede Pumas.
Mm-hmm.
Those are nice. You got the breathable Nikes.
Yeah.
I've got these mom shoes.
Clogs? Are they called clogs?
No, they're just like
Skechers.
I wear these at work.
Are they comfortable?
Yeah, they're Skechers. They're comfortable. They're made for walking, and it's like wearing styrofoam.
You ever notice white people, they wear shoes, you look comfortable? I heard a black guy say that once on the show. He was like, white guys, y'all not wearing shoes as comfortable. Y'all not no stuff.
And was he wearing gaiters?
He was wearing like some expensive Jordans. Like,
although I have
It's because of slave culture.
Yeah.
I
Used
have
on
two
shoes.
synthetic
Yes.
gator shoes. I've been tempted, but I have not bought like exotic shoes. Like I love the look of ostrich and gator shoes, and
Yeah.
like being pimped out occasionally. But I always go for synthetic because it's also a hell of a lot cheaper. It's like
And it's vegan.
no, not necessarily. Most of the synthetic exotics are leather, so it's still cowhide, but it's shaped and textured to look like an ostrich's ass or a crocodile's face.
Because that's what they use, the ostrich ass. They throw out the rest of the ostrich.
It's that big
You just
running,
use that big old yummy
big
ass.
hip part, yeah.
Oh, it's ringing out. Let's see if we can get beeline on the horn. I guess I got some reception.
Speaking of yummy ass,
Yeah.
ring a ding ding.
Put the audio close to my chest so it'll come out at least on here.
Ring
I'm all mic'd up.
a ding.
Is that you never picked up? I don't think I've ever got this guy on the phone once.
Ring a ding ding.
Yep. All right. No guess. Now, cool. A fart, everybody. A first fart on the
I
show.
farted. Thank you.
We did it.
You know, I farted I went to the dentist and I farted in the dentist chair. And they gave me an applause.
Takes balls to do that.
I don't give a crap. I was paying a lot of money to be there. I'm gonna fart.
Yeah, same thing. I paid a lot to go to my unfunny improv class, but they surprised me by being funny in one of the last ones. I was like, I shifted seat. Now I fart.
You laughed a flat. Chilling.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I had gator shoes, dress shoes years ago. I went to, there's this place around here called K&G. It's an outlet store. And it's like, if you notice a lot of black people shop there because it's kind of like pimp shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I had like a pair of dress shoes that kind of look like gators and shit. You know?
Nice.
They're still, I don't even consider that like an urban suit store compared to down in the city on Market Street, like the suit corner.
Oh, you're talking
and-
about real tacky suits.
And yeah, I mean, it's like Steve Harvey period pieces, like a
Yeah.
zoot suit, giant stripes, big shoulders, like just crazy colors and stuff. But yeah, when those, they never do well, and then they go out of business, and that's time to swoop in for those. My friend Andrew dresses like that, and always has like different gator or ostrich shoes from failed suit corners and places like that.
That's the guy that dresses like Gold Dust, right?
Yep, sometimes,
He's
yeah.
a cool guy. Nah, I'm not hating on him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
No, I like Gold Dust.
His
Got a lot of
new style, because he's balding, but he doesn't like his hair is thinning and the hairlines are receding like crazy widow peak, and he's kind of got like this Trump wafty mohawk thing going on. But he wears sequin shower caps, so it looks like he's just wearing it looks like a big bag of Pop Secret or whatever, or Jiffy Pop, and it's just on his head. But it's like that's actually like a big shower cap, but it's all covered in sequins. Like,
Wow.
so
Sequin?
he'll wear sequins.
Oh,
Like
that's my
the little
thing.
Well,
like
you're-
fake disco chainmail.
You're not gay, so you don't know what sequences.
That's true.
But yeah, that's his. He's wearing the fancy shoes, women's stockings, and a skirt, a Jiffy Pop hat, and then like some layered, painted up, bedazzled jackets. And
What's his
crop
Instagram?
tops.
I gotta follow this
I
guy.
don't know if he does that.
He totally does.
Uh,
And he has like a million
He's-
more followers.
No, because he's 2 years older than me, so he's not that tech savvy. So he has to have someone show. Like he always wants me to come to the events to film him.
How
and
old
stuff.
are you, Will?
I'm 36, so he's like 39 now.
Okay, alright, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, you're supposed to do a podcast with that guy, a wrestling podcast.
Oh well, yeah, we were hoping to do that, but also too, he has encyclopedic knowledge of wrestling and comic books too. So
Yeah.
you know, he can talk about whatever Marvel is doing, what DC did 60 years ago first, and like what they're trying to do with all the movies and like.
So you wizard of fandom.
Yeah, yeah. I am just more jack of all trades specialist on tiny little things. Like my favorite comic book characters are Morbius and the Multiple Man. No big name guys, but they're still very interesting what they do with the no name characters because there's no stakes. You can just do what you want, but they kind of screw up and mess with stories of big name guys too.
Now you say you paid for improv class. You were going to New York for like about 2 months. Give us a free improv tip. I mean,
Yeah, let's rip them off.
yeah,
Yeah,
like just one.
yeah. Well, just like they say, the biggest thing is listening, seeing what somebody else says, so to be courteous and not like step on their lines. Like somebody comes out and they're like, oh, one of the best examples was somebody, what did they do?
They had a baby, right?
No, the worst example was I think from my second class because it actually made my teacher flip out because so this British guy, it was just like he came out and he started the scene. So that's the other thing. Somebody comes out and starts and you just go with it. If they're like, we're in space and we're running out of oxygen, you do that too.
It's time to die!
Yeah. But
The end.
that tip number 3.
And then space aliens show up. And we're the space aliens.
that-
We're gonna drag this into the ground.
But see, that still is following the reality that the other person created.
Right.
In my graduating show, somebody just did, they were spacemen trying to play soccer in space, and then he's like, I kicked the ball, I'm going to try and catch it with my helmet, the other guy said. And then he's like, I lost my helmet. And then his head exploded. So now there are 2 guys on the stage, and one just killed himself. So now the other guy's like, I have to carry on the rest of the scene. So yeah, don't kill yourself in an improv scene. Let someone else do it for you.
Right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like how you just caved into this, into shilling out this information for us.
Yeah. And,
It's so easy.
well, because it's, and again, it's different.
On
for
camera.
You gotta share your knowledge.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But no, the example from the second level class that I took, the guy came out and he set the reality of, he's like, the little British guy's like, I'm the devil, Timmy, and you've just got hit by a bus, so welcome to hell. And then the other guy who showed up late to class, he didn't show up to the first class, then he showed up late to the next one. You only have to not show up twice to just fail the class. You don't bother showing up. But he came and he's like, yeah, okay guys, my band's playing afterwards. If anyone wants these, I'm going to be at Keys Bar, blah, blah, blah. And we're just like, what a douchebag.
Yeah.
He plugged himself?
Not in the scene, but that's how he introduced himself to show how little a shit he gave about this
What a
class.
fucking...
Well, also too, like, typically somebody shelling out $450 for a class, I think that's kind of a lot of money. Yeah. This guy, it's like nothing. It's like, hey, I just came here to invite people to my band, but then, so in the scene, one guy's like, hey, you're like, hey, Timmy, you've been a bad boy, you were hit by a bus, and now you're in hell. Instead of being like a kid, like, okay, he said I'm a kid, I'm Timmy, and be like, oh no, is it from killing these cats or whatever? He comes out and he's like, wow, man, that's some really good stuff I'm on. Oh, this acid is crazy. I'm seeing the devil. What else am I going to see? And he walks away from his scene partner, so the guy's just like, okay. And he's like, so he pulls somebody else off the back line, because we obviously need another person, because the kid's just like wandering space now, and he's dismissed the devil thing.
Nice.
And then it's just like, hey, Timmy, don't be ignorant to the birthday guy. Did you eat some funny cake or whatever? He's like, wow. I'm having like flashbacks of my mom, and so again, just ignoring her, and then just the teacher's like, okay, stop. It's like what were you doing? And he's like, he was just doing this devil thing, and like I didn't get it, like it just wasn't funny to me. So I was like, I must be like on acid or something. And then he's like, okay, so what's funny there? What was your goal to be funny with this bad acid trip? Were you go and It'd be a glass of orange juice that tipped over and killed yourself and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I mean, something like that. It's like, yeah, that's like the only funny acid story ever. It's like, otherwise, it's people actually hurting themselves and cutting their arms open thinking they're filled with bugs. Like, so he's like, what the fuck do you think was funny about that? He's like, and pay attention to your scene partner. It doesn't matter if you don't think the devil thinks funny. That's what he says, the base reality. So I appreciated that teacher for actually shitting on that assholes thing.
So everyone learned a lesson.
Yes.
It wasn't just him.
Yeah, but in this most recent class, the teacher was this like nice lady, and she's like, yeah, that was good. Just yeah, okay. Let's see what else. Just move on. Like, didn't correct any of the shitty stuff that because the whole time I'm like, did you guys even take the other?
This
classes?
is an easy gig for me. All right.
So you say you didn't give a shit. Do you think he was trolling? Because I feel like if I took an improv class, I would kind of troll. You know,
Oh,
kind of
well,
be like, fuck it, you know.
Well, but again, would you really do that with your money? Like, say, so.
Well, I mean, I guess, so.
Well, I mean, maybe if like the money was like nothing to you, where it's like, well, this isn't what I thought.
But didn't you say some of the
I'll
people
have
there?
fun.
They were like old middle-aged people. They kind of had a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of money
well,
saved up. And
Yeah, either there's always 1 to 3 older people that are just like, well, I've been a serious lawyer all my life, or an investment banker, and I thought this would be fun. So it's like, okay, and then they have a funny perspective, and that is still shitty for them because they're also like, hey, Sonny, I hope you don't ski down that mountain today. And the kid's like, yeah, you know, maybe we'll just stay in. I'm like, no, I'm being chair, you know.
Do you actually say them on stage? Or?
No, but,
He is dated.
But there was a lady doing a Sonny and Cher reference, and the 19-year-old girl in class, I don't know who. Well, but it's the same thing. She could be like, Kim Kardashian, like, how's it dating Kanye? And you'd be like, oh, you know, he's great. Who's Kanye? Yeah. Like, so that's the trouble with the big generation differences, or same with like just any culture stuff. Because we also, every class I've had somebody that was not American. In the one case, it was just a British kid, so he's just like, I don't know, I'm not following your politics. But we just had a kid from Singapore, and he didn't get whatever reference they said, and it was like a very American or New York thing. So yeah, it's tricky. You want to kind of keep it generic.
So, question is like, if you want to start your own improv scene,
Yeah.
can you just do anything, or is
Well,
it more like
it's-
what are the like?
It's based off the suggestion, so it's like you know, either in Whose Line Is It Anyway, that's short form improv. That's where it's like, okay, we're going to play a game where we do a fake commercial for music. What we need from the audience is a type of music. And so that narrows it down a little, because it wouldn't be like, you know, we're going to do a hit music thing or a music compilation, which you would always see like Colin Mockery and the other guys do. And then somebody would say, dinosaurs. Even if they did, they'd be like, well, who could forget this hit from Jurassic Park? We're going extinct. And then Wayne Brady's like, we're going extinct. We're going to die tomorrow. Let's eat a giraffe. Like, so that's the short form stuff.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to chill a bitch?
I love Wayne Brady.
Oh, yeah.
I watch Let's Make a Deal almost every morning I can.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with improv. Like, just like, well, with comedy and with art in general, like, you just kind of have to have innate natural talent and skills for it. Like, musically inclined, better at acting.
So you say you can only do it if there's an audience. Let's say there's no, you couldn't do it without an audience. Like you would, could you do an improv scene without asking an audience a question?
Well, but it wouldn't really be spontaneous, because it would just be you
Right.
brainstorming and
Well, at the
half-assing.
class, do they pretend it's an audience? Or?
Oh, well, only half the class goes up at a time. The
Oh,
other
so
half
the other half is the audience.
is the audience,
Okay.
and they'll throw a suggestion out, and then you just go off that. So in the UCB form is different. That's what they call long form, where it really is a lot more of what you're saying, of like just pulling shit out of their ass, where they'll just ask for one suggestion, and just a common thing people always fucking think about food, so it'll be like, peanuts, banana, well, I heard banana, and then they come up with an opening where either somebody gets up and they're like, bananas make me think of cartoons where like a character slips on a banana, and I remember one time at work, I was rushing around the corner to go on break, and I slipped like it was banana peel and just cracked my head, and then they were worried I had concussions or keeping me up, and the other people are just listening, waiting, and then and it's like, go. And then somebody else who didn't tell the story comes up with a scene based on that, where it's just like, break time! And then everybody's like, like, they would take something silly about your story and amplify it. So that's the monologue opening. There's also an opening where people would just be, like, the three of us would go, like, it would be like what we do in the 2 and 3 levels and stuff, where they do word association. So it'd be like, banana. And you'd be like, banana peel, skin peel, cucumber facial.
Key and peel.
And so it starts going away from the food to other things, and then at some point maybe somebody's like, oh.
9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah, and then somebody says that, like that, so then somebody can interrupt as they're going around saying the different words, and you throw it real crazy like that. Somebody says, oh, how about a massage guy that's like you're at a massage parlor where they're trying to relax you or meditate, but they're telling you not to worry about conspiracy things. They're really stressing you out. Like so then they do the scene. It's like, oh, come in and relax. And it's like deep breaths, blah blah. It's like,
How about that synth ridge?
yeah, don't worry about the HARP waves and the Navy experiments. You know, Alex Jones, he's just a wacko. You know, it's okay. Like so they do some scene like that. But then also when they're free-forming and throwing stuff out, they then, again, try to get away from it where they're like, okay, banana, cucumber, pickles, pickle Rick, and some Szechuan sauce. And then they do like, oh, McDonald's has a run on like Felix the Cat dipping sauce. Somebody want like so, and then again somebody else just be like, what the fuck? Okay, we'll do this. So you get some unfunny shit in there, but that's another type of thing. But yeah, they do more scenes, the long form in UCB.
My cock is stuck in this bottle.
Oh!
My little nub love. Now, what is your favorite thing about improv? You say it's different in stand-up. Is it because you don't have to be so personal? And you kind of
Well, it's also, I like that you're not overthinking things, that you do just jump right into it, like kind of how, I mean, when you do stand-up too, you say, like, you're doing something new each time or whatever.
Yeah.
A big part of it, and at least with me, is that if I look at my shit too long, because you see it watching other stand-ups do the same 5 minutes every time, where it's like, oh, that's pretty funny, that's pretty good, and like, oh.
Yeah.
And so you have to wonder, the same thing happens when you go over like, yeah, this seems like a pretty good joke, I'll try this one, and then it seems like it's not funny to you, and that's why like the pros, they'll come up with like an hour set, but then they'll do that for a year and then they'll switch it. They come up with new stuff because you date yourself and you can disgust yourself by your old material. So I think like either you keep at it and you keep crafting as a like writing comedian, but the improv stuff, it's more like just throw it out the window. I'm just gonna do this stuff, and I mean you hope for the best with your throwing stuff out there, but really the biggest known stuff is through writing, and I think improv still helps. The stuff that you do find that are gems in it, you want to hammer down.
I think improv is an excellent way to stimulate your brain. It's an excellent way to stimulate writing.
Yeah.
Now, Bill, how often do you wing it up there? Like, do you always?
I very seldom wing it.
So you don't feel comfortable, right? At this point.
Last night I won it with the.
Do you do your opening joke? Because I found that very interesting.
Okay. It started with a thought experiment. I tell everyone to close their eyes, and everyone close their eyes. Just do it. Do it. Come on. You're not closing your eyes or everything. All right, you ready? All right, very good. Now open your eyes. When you feel like you know what's going on.
Mike thinks we're fucking out there.
And then my nose starts bleeding. And I wrote this bit in the shower.
Now, you say you originally thought of that because you were going crazy. Your power was out, right?
Yeah, my power bank.
You were so bored.
I was so fucking bored, and I was just fucking.
It's kind of like a blow up down being throat fucked.
Oh, my lips hurt.
And you actually are bleeding on your one tooth.
Whatever.
Oh, this guy's dedicated.
It tastes
to
like
the show.
fucking nickels in there.
That's it. This beer tastes like pennies. I think Mike opened up these drinks and put change in them.
Huge blood.
Or his cock.
Mike, we need some more anesthetic and penny beers. Stat.
Now, Bill, what was the Instagram about the black guy last night? You were trying to show me. I had to leave, but what happened?
Well, they took it off the internet.
Yeah, I didn't feel like they pulled it because you know.
Go on the way back
Wait,
machine. Everything's safe.
It was about anal. Was it about anal or something?
All right, so there was this guy, and well, we have a camera. We can explain it.
Yeah.
Here, let me sit in the middle for this.
Sure.
Now, Will, get on your back and have your legs. No, I'm kidding.
There's some
Imagine,
improv for you.
imagine Will's on his back, and his legs are up in the air, and I'm like right here, and my dick is in him,
Jackhammer.
and his vagina, right? So this black guy is pulling his enormous dick out of this lady's vagina.
Was it a white girl?
It was a white girl.
Yeah, a lot of people
It was.
fetish for that.
This was on the website Blacks on Blonde.
But sometimes they're not blonde. Isn't that weird?
You know what? This one really wasn't. It was kind of dirty blonde.
Okay.
Well, they're all dirty blondes and
Yeah.
black on blondes. Am I right?
Yeah.
So he's pulling his enormous cock out of this lady, and you know you're like, all right, well, what's the big deal about this? And he does it, bloop, and there it goes. But then that revealed that he's pulling his nutsack out of her asshole. And it really was, it's like a long ass nutsack, and he pulls it out, and bloop, there it was. And then, you know what, whenever a porno lady ever like pulls anything out of her asshole, her immediate thing is like, spread the asshole open more. Look at it open and close.
Gaping.
Yeah.
It was gaping. A gaping booty hole scene.
I thought this was going to end with like an interesting like the other thing, a CG effect or like a GIF of like he pulls it out and it turns out it's like a flower bouquet, like a magician that just like pops up, or like a chicken flies out.
And then, yeah, that bit was that was me winging it. It was just.
Yeah.
But very often I don't wing it. Whenever I guess like I would have something that comes close to winging it would be like I have a basic idea and then I just poll the audience. I would ask an audience member like, Dan, did you ever take a shit on ecstasy?
Yeah.
And that's, you know, if you ask the audience member a fucking funny question, maybe something good will come out of it.
Sometimes it does. Now, you did your first comedy competition one day. Not this past Monday.
No,
last
last,
week after.
I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, last Thursday, that's correct. Now, how was that for you? You're not a competitive guy, but you
I'm
just
not
did
a
it for
competitive
stage
guy.
time.
I did it for stage time, and it worked out all right.
You said the crowd wasn't really paying attention to comedy. They weren't interested, right?
The bar wasn't really there for comedy, but there was comedians that they were there for comedy.
Yeah. Well, next year, ask to go on jerseys, because jerseys, I gotta tell you, like, me and Will Fitz were there Monday. I did my night. You know, most of the people that come, even if they're just coming in for a drink, most of them, not all of them. Some people did leave because they were like, all right, we're done. But they have a pretty good sense of humor. They can take dirty jokes. They can take edgy jokes. They might be a little bit liberal, like if you're doing black jokes, maybe they're. But for the most part, they're pretty, especially sex jokes and stuff. They're pretty.
Yeah, and that was well, we saw Barbo O'Malley. I saw her 1 or 2 years ago, and she went pretty far. And she's basically the mom that's like, just sweet but also self-aware. Like she's like, I just realized all of my, but like our water bills shooting up like crazy, and I realized, oh, all my boys are at jerking off age, so they're all in the shower taking hour-long showers, and that's why our water bill's crazy. So it's like, it's funny because it's like, it's not Harrod, it's about like the little kids and stuff or whatever, like, you know, the jerk off kids and teens and stuff. But then she's talking about giving head and just it's not so much a
to
joke.
Her boys?
No, to her
She
husband.
did a joke.
Oh,
did she do a
thank
joke
God.
about Paul and grandpa too?
Well, yeah, she threw in other stuff
In
like
the shower?
that. Well,
Yeah.
she made it extra gross and crass, which didn't really fit in with her overall style. But I think that was in response to, she didn't go as far as this other girl, Melissa Booth or Marissa Booth or
Yeah,
something.
let's drop names. We drop names on the JoshCast because
Yeah,
no one
which-
listens to this
well,
shit.
but also-
Fuck names.
But also too, like let's see if you can go find it online, just like Josh
Yeah.
says. Who's doing this? Who's putting
Yeah.
stuff up?
But that's my
But-
attitude towards everything.
But she did a bit that wasn't so much jokes about, but she's like, I love having common, the idea of having like cum in me.
And every
that,
hick in the bar was like, oh boy,
yeah, the guy, yeah,
I'm filling
you
up
could
right
just see
now.
guy- like, because she was an attractive young lady. She's talking about like, it's like, so, you know, we had sex in the morning, and then there I am at work with cum in my pussy, and then there I am, like, you know, making faxes with cum in my pussy.
Oh, wow.
And so it's just fun for me to have this in mind. Like, you don't know it, but I know.
Girl,
It's
let me
not
tell
gonna-
you.
My pussy.
You shut me up. She's talking about that.
It's good material. Let's give her a hand.
There's no actual joke, but the guys are just like you and my.
I like it. I would have laughed my ass off just to
But
fucking be like, hey, everybody, I'm laughing at
and
this.
then you should have seen how many guys went up to her during like the smoke break that they have to have.
That was some funny stuff.
Hey,
You want cum in your pussy? I got lots of gum right now.
But so.
I need that come out.
But yeah, the votes. So she was like #1 the night she went. But then again, as the thing progressed, you get hot in here, ice down.
And the lights are pretty bright too.
But yeah, so I think Barb was trying to capitalize on that, just like, hey, let me see if lightning can strike twice, and I can talk about like all this extra sexual stuff, and it'll get votes. It's like, no, it got votes because these guys weren't like voting like, good answer, that's great material.
Good answer.
Yeah. It was just like
Good answer.
It's like, you know, I voted for you, and
Blowjobs.
yeah.
I don't eat. You could get cum in your mouth.
Yeah. Goat just texted me, and he's at the Hollywood Tavern. He's like, "There's nobody here."
Oh, really? Let's go. Let's wrap
Yeah,
this up.
let's support Goat. No, he wasn't there for that. He went to a concert. Fuck that guy.
Let's go get some more stories so I can drop more names.
Yeah, let's drop fucking names. I love dropping.
Well, it was a good time last week. I was the last guy on the set. But it was good because I really didn't give a fuck, and everyone already voted for like the funny guys, and the guys who advanced, they fucking deserved it. They were the funniest guys in the room.
That's your opportunity to just fuck with everybody. You can be the guy who just. He goes
I
on Vegas.
kind of did. I did this material that didn't fucking land well. The gist of the joke was that fucking I don't know. It's a fucking long joke and it dragged and I was up there for fucking 9 minutes.
Oh, the alien bit?
No, it wasn't the alien bit. But that one's hell.
Yeah.
There's no making that funny.
The alien N-word bit. Yeah, so like I say, comedy competitions are like good for stage time. And I've only said that because I've never advanced. In my 8.5 years of did 13 of them, and I was number 13 that night. Well, actually, 3 people to show up before me, so I was number 10. But it was ironic. That was my 13th contest, and I was number 13. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because you gotta be like a politician. Like you have to, you can be dirty, but you still gotta have some sort of likability about you, you know. And it's, you know, like I said, I don't know what it takes to advance things. Like maybe I'm not as funny as I
Being
think I
funny
am.
helps.
Part of it is popularity contest. As much as like I think what makes like a real good comedian usually is a shitty family life. So you're not bringing your family and your friends. Like, yeah, come out and see me.
Yeah.
I'm very confident with my abilities, and you guys are great support. So that's kind of bullshit for most like real big name comedians, but at the same time, other people like that is what wins local competitions, where it's like, hey guys, I'm going up, and I'm like, we'd love to see you. Yeah, because I'm great and I can make friends and be social. I'm socially capable, and so they get them out, and they may not even be funny. They'll be like, yeah, I mean the Eagles and Peyton Manning. What?
I'm gonna call
that
Goat
guy?
now. Let's see if Goat picks up. He's gonna be bad. I'm calling him. He should pick it up. Let's see if he.
You're interrupting is like.
No, but the show didn't start yet. Day Models start till 9:30.
All right.
I don't wait for a crowd. Crowd, please.
I brought friends to the show.
That's cool.
But they lived right across the street, so it was kind of like sucker to me.
Hey, we're doing a podcast right now. Hey, we're doing a podcast at the Cabaret right now. What's going on over there? Oh, that was one of those trick.
That was a good one. I knew it was.
Yeah, but I know many comedians who do that. This other guy called years ago. He does the same thing with his voicemail. He goes, "Hello," and then when you start talking, he goes, "Oh, I'm not here right now." That's voicemail hack.
Yeah.
But I fell for it. So I'm not that smart. Hey, fuck you guys.
Well, my joke was pretty much like, I sat down and
Yeah.
the punchline was like, well, you could be a beatnik and hit your kids, and no one laughed, and I was like, beatniks were the liberal douches of the day, and that saved it. But my friend was very nice to me. He said, "Bill, you're just too intelligent for this crowd." I don't think that's it, because I have really smart friends.
I ain't vote for this guy because he got a smart comedy. I like lowbrow stuff.
You know, I have smart friends, and they say like, and they tell me like, "Dude, you're an idiot." And I have really dumb friends, and they tell me like, "You're really smart."
I like that one about the quadratic equation.
You know,
So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm in that. You know what? I'm fucking. You know, when you're not smart and when you're not dumb, you're fucking weird. That's what you are. You got weird knowledge.
Weird knowledge. Like porn and comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to advance in one comedy contest. I'm never going to advance in Philly's Funniest. Fuck that. You have to have the comedians vote down there. They hate me. But at least March Madness, it's all about writing your name on a piece of paper. People just write your name for no reason.
I thought it was going to be set up at like a bracket, like the March Madness bracket. So
Oh yeah.
I only had to be funnier than one other guy.
Yeah.
But
Well, there was a few people there that didn't get anybody's attention.
that's
and
more work.
And I felt good about myself. Then I realized it's not really, like you want to do well. And I tried my best. I tried to really talk over everybody. It was very loud, and I tried to bring the energy. But like I said,
If you ask me, the key to winning a comedy competition is being funny.
well, you got to make it relatable to them. The guy who won last year, Tim Eli, he does crowd work, and he won. So you got to make it relatable to him. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
You got these fucking kids over here, they're only 17, they're fucking drinking. You got
It's
these
me!
fucking old
It's me! I like it because it's me!
he does good because he forces you to like him, even though there's a generation difference.
He's a likable rapist. He forces you to like him.
Not the best term, but
Okay.
but
Sorry.
he'll say stuff like that, but in a good way. Like he can drop racist jokes and still win the crowd back, mainly by brute force.
Well, not here. He didn't. He said, "Nigga, please," and he lost the crowd.
Oh, well, it's also, though, in the Suburban March Madness contest, you are lucky if there is one black audience member, and he is very aware of that, and he's not stepping out of line even if somebody says something that offensive. But here at the Cabaret, we occasionally get a good-sized black audience.
That's
and
why
you don't want to pull that.
That's why I'm thinking about not coming back here. I feel like I haven't been doing my work. It's been getting a little bit too ethnic the last couple of weeks. And,
Wait, the room's not white enough for
well, it
you?
doesn't have to be white, but I feel like, that's my job here, is to kind of chase away people. Because I like when people leave and go, that room was racist. Because I remember I went to a city open mic a year ago, And there was a black comic. I'd never seen him here before. He claims he was here. Maybe he was here on a Friday or Saturday. But he was like, yeah, I was here for one of the I said, God, it was so racist. But that black guy is brainwashed by liberal white people.
Well, yeah, that.
Liberal white people, they're starting to get brainwashed and realize they think all white people's like that. Then when they come here, they're like, oh my God. But immediately, I'm one of the main people who will, say the N word or, whatever in a bit.
I said it once in the
Yeah.
alien bit.
Yeah,
It didn't go over well.
Yeah.
But you know what? The context was there.
Yeah.
The context was fine. It says the aliens call the whole human race space niggers. And I mean, like, it's because the aliens are better than us. At least they thought.
I thought the bit was they called humans niggers.
Oh no, space niggers.
Oh, I didn't remember.
Because we're from a different part of outer space than them.
But, that's the thing. So, people come to an open mic here. I remember there's certain nights where I don't say that word, which was hard to believe.
It was a bad night to do it too. There were city comics there that night. What the fuck was I doing?
Well, this comedian,
Fucking
once again, I'm going to drop his name. His name's Andy Lane. He brings his friends, his city friends out as a goof. Like
Yeah.
you're saying, you want to check out this room in Cabaret? And they go, oh, I heard about that room. We go, let's check it out as a goof. Here.
Yeah.
Once in a while, he'll come here.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's like, whatever. But, it's like, so there was one night where Ann Smith, there was, remember that night it was dead? It was like one black guy, Adam Bell, and then there was another black comic came here the first time, and Ann Smith goes on stage and she's like, I was at the dollar store, and some guy says I'm a nigger, and I'm like, I thought we were all niggers.
What?
She starts dropping the N-word over and over, and we start cracking up, and the black guys were laughing too. But there's certain nights where I don't say, but I love when other people say it because I'm the main guy who's always like, if you hear somebody drop the N-word last night, oh, that fucking jackaboo. Oh. But then there's certain nights when I don't say it, and it's good. I remember one night, Ann Smith said it, and this other female comic said it. But she said it in a context. She didn't call anybody that word. And sometimes you just have a contextual joke for it. It's not even you calling them. But once again, if you get down in the city, they write a blog about you. You go, man, these comics, from now on, we got to start cutting the mic off. What do you guys think? And it gets like
My moral standpoint, look at me, everybody. I hope I get a blowjob.
And it gets 84 likes, and then they start commenting, and they go, yeah, and it's like, fucking.
No one gives me a blowjob either. So I say the N-word.
Oh.
That's my blowjob. No, I'm kidding. Another thing about these shoes.
Back to the shoes. Oh. Now you really gotta bust yourself open. You're like a wrestler. Just bust yourself wide open.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, did you guys see that Ric Flair 30 for 30?
No, I didn't see it.
It's fucking intense. It was amazing. It was probably the best 30 for 30 ever. It was all about Ric Flair. Woo! Woo!
Are you crying?
No.
He's crying. I'm sorry for
Maybe
saying
through,
that.
no, maybe through the one eye and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
It's a little. It's not that bad.
You know,
It's just- yeah, when I yawn, I get teary eyed too. But yeah. Fucking.
This shoe and N-word podcast is not intellectually stimulating enough for it, man.
Yeah. I still watch old wrestling clips, mainly from the Attitude Era. And I miss the Attitude Era. I love the gimmicks. I watched those top 10 lists from What Culture Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? With the top 10,
Yeah,
top 10 gimmicks that died. Top 10. And I love the behind the scenes thing. Like I watched one top 10 top things that comedians have done to get them in trouble.
Oh.
And they break the script and Vince McMahon gets pissed. He waits for them backstage. And you can imagine Vince McMahon all right going, what the fuck were you doing? I fucking told you to go out there and you're supposed to make him look good and you fucking fucked it up.
You don't want to mess with that coked up monster.
Yeah. No, Vince McMahon, like when I dropped the guy in his head, you could have fucking paralyzed him. What the fuck are you doing? That wasn't drop him in the fucking head. Is that what we do here? He's in a fucking family, you fucking piece of shit. And she's like, oh, sorry, I'm suspending you for fucking 90 days and fining you $5,000.
Oh,
you piece of shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do that.
Well, fining you. Oh, I learned my lesson.
They get a lot. They get paid a good living, but they get fined for shit if they. And then now it's PC. It's amazing when WCW was going against the WWF at the time. It was before it was WWE.
The Attitude Era.
And the ECW, when it was at the best because Vince McMahon was pulling out all stops. Now like I heard like this female wrestler, she grabbed this, she pulled a trump, she grabbed this other female wrestler by the pussy, and then she licked her hand afterwards like this.
No.
She wasn't supposed to do that.
In the ring?
Yeah, on pay-per-view.
Wow.
And Vince was pissed, you know. I don't know if she got
Yeah.
fired or suspended, but he was
But,
pissed.
yeah, because I mean,
But it's amazing how back in the attitude era, that would have been acceptable. But now it's like, what are you doing? This fucking kid in the fucking audience.
Oh my
What are
god.
you looking at her fucking pussy?
That's second-hand pussy licking.
but yeah, I mean, it'd be unacceptable if a dude did it. So all
Yeah.
things being equal, another chick doing it.
Look at my
You
fucking
want
dick on.
the equal card, I
What
like
the fuck
it.
are you doing? Get my dick on.
That reminds me of this story. My dad went to see Joan Jett and the Heartbreakers at City Gardens. And, well, they're fucking, you know Joan Jett. This is back when Joan Jett was very sexy, you know. She's still very sexy. Keeps up with
All
it.
you young kids out there, Google Jet.
Joan
Jet.
Joan Jett. And, you know, from fucking, you know, Terry Bomb. What was that?
I don't know. I only know Joan Jett as a joke in the Mighty Boosh, where the one sort of effeminate one, Vince Noir, likes to dress in women's clothes occasionally, and he's walking down the street, and the homeless guy's like, "Mate, you got any change?" And he's like, "This is a Joan Jett jumpsuit. I haven't got any pockets. I just..." and he's like, he pulls out of his knee-high boot. He's like, "Do you take cards?" And he's like, "I do, as a matter of fact." And he pulls out, the homeless guy pulls out a card reader. He does it and stuff. And he's like, just like, cover your pin, sweetheart. There's all kinds of scoundrels out there. He's like, "Okay, cheers, mate." Like, puts the card back in and walks off in like the suit. But so I'm like,
I love all the music that they reference at the Mighty Boosh. It's
Yeah.
it's very like that fucking 80s obscure, just underground
It's
enough.
like-
Just hit the surface of mainstream. Just barely skim the surface.
Yeah,
All
I
the
was,
Gary Newman references.
I was just listening to Fleetwood Mac. Oh, Rumors. No, Tusk. Oh.
Fucking shit. So
So it was just
my dad saw Joan Jett live at the
Yeah,
concert,
yeah.
and she's fucking rocking out, and it's hot in there. I don't know if you know City Gardens. It was like this place. If it was made out of like cinder blocks.
Wow.
And it was powered by like one cord. You know, one cord powered the whole fucking place, and it was long. Anyway, you can read about it in the book of City Gardens. But anyway, you can buy it at Amazon.com. But so he's seeing Joan Jett, and I need to learn how to streamline shit. Because this is what I do on stage. I just fucking eat shit, just talking and talking and talking about nothing important. Nothing important at all.
Meanwhile, while Joan Jett's rambling on, Mr. Miller Sr. is there like grabbing her cooch.
Gather cooch. Well, he was right up there, and he was like, "Yeah, fucking Joan Jett. Okay, I'm her. I'm going to see the Joan Jett. Oh, this is a great show." And she's rocking out, and,
Yeah.
and it's sweaty, and it's like the show's over, and she takes her guitar pick, and wipes it on her sweaty tits, and flicks it in the crowd. And my dad was out in the crowd, and he was like, catches it, and then looks her right in the eye and puts it in his mouth. And then he swallowed it.
Swallowed?
Yeah, and then he had to pick it out of his poop the next day.
Is that a true story or you just make that up in here?
I exaggerated the end.
Alright, so he saved it.
Yeah,
You guys ever seen the movie Serial Mom?
Oh, I love Serial.
That's one of my favorite movies.
With L7.
Kathleen Turner. And so pretty much the premise of the movie is she kills people. She's a religious lady. She
Yeah.
kills people for dumb reasons. Like this
Oh,
guy will
yeah,
put his cell phone.
right after Labor Day, I just knew
Yeah.
that scene.
So she's chasing this guy who doesn't wear a seatbelt
Okay.
because he's endangering their kids' lives. So
Ricky Lake is in that movie.
yeah, Ricky Lake's in the movie. I think she's cute though.
Yeah.
He wish she was chubby. I wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
He wish she was chubby. I thought. But anyways, enough of my
Shout out to Ricky Lake.
enough of my low self-esteem, Dick. So he chases this guy who's always wearing a seatbelt into a concert. I don't know what the band that was playing. You know the band that was playing in that movie?
L7.
L7. Okay. So and they're wearing what they wear like really tight camel toe
Yeah.
pantyhose.
L7 is the kind of band that would like be on stage and they would pull out like their tampon and throw it in the crowd.
So anyways, she chases him in, and the guy goes backstage, and he's like, huh? And the female guitar player hits him in the balls with the guitar, and then she spits lighter fluid on him and sets him on fire. And everyone's like, yeah! This part of the show, they're like, cereal, and then they see the cereal mom. They're like, cereal mom, cereal mom. But that movie, me and my sister, we loved it just because the outrageous. You know, at the beginning, when she's prank calling this like other lady she doesn't like, she goes, Pussy Willows. Yeah, Pussy Willows. She goes, who is this? What are you calling me? And then one day she comes over and she's like, are those Pussy Willows? And I said, I recognize that voice. It's such a fucking cheesy movie.
No, it's great.
It's great. It's one of my favorites.
You know, it's
I have an odd sense of humor.
It's a black comedy.
Yeah, I have an odd sense of humor.
Like the Clumps.
Shit.
Christmas with the Clumps. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. What happened?
Talk about impressions.
I don't know.
Well, Tyler Perry took his job dressing up. Ooh!
Yeah, it's so guy just doesn't care to be funny anymore. I guess he just wanted to be a movie star. But it's you watch, Raw and Delirious.
Raw and Delirious.
Oh God, that was so.
It's like
It was so
top
edgy
on-
too. I love when he's like making. He has bits where he's just using the word faggot openly.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
just rock and roll back then. And he's like,
It's back in the day.
He's like, French is such a beautiful language. French is such a beautiful language. He's like, you ever hear Arabic? That shit sounds nasty. And he says faggot and shit like that. He's making fun of Prince or whatever. Oh god.
Yeah, he was.
And that's the comedy I grew up with. That's why I was confused about comedy. I thought comedy was supposed to be dirty. Like I saw Martin Lawrence, You So Crazy, then Eddie Murphy, then Dice. Then George Carlin's not dirty comic, but he curses.
Yeah.
I thought, and Robert Schimmel. If you don't know Robert Schimmel, look up Robert Schimmel, Unprotected. One of the best comedy specials ever. And I thought comedy was supposed to be dirty until I saw Seinfeld, and I was like, oh. Seriously, I didn't know that. I thought it was supposed to be dirty. I didn't know.
Well, Seinfeld said comedy is like food. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's like some people like this kind of comedy.
The
Some
joke
people
is
like this
not
kind of-
funny if you have the curves.
You gotta work on it.
And you gotta wear a suit.
And then care for
Because
it.
if you dress like a mom, they're gonna say this guy.
Really,
Of course he's gonna say.
What you gotta do is you gotta find your audience. You gotta and I mean, really, it's Doug Stanhope's audience. Let's get down to it. It's where it's at.
Yep.
That's a great audience. I went to a Doug
Doug
Stanhope
Stanhope has his
concert.
own audience.
And that's it was a great crowd. I was hanging out, talking to people, just listening to people. I wasn't talking to anyone, actually. I was just getting close to people.
That was at the
Listening to them
Trocadero.
talk. Yeah. Just listening to them talk. Great sense of people. Great sense of self-worth.
Have you ever been to a stand-up comedy event, a real one? Like a famous comedian or anything?
Not anyone like super big name.
But I mean like a headliner, just...
Yeah, Ari Shaffir,
Okay.
Duncan Trussell I saw at the Trocadero where, like his fit because he's big in the psychedelics and stuff.
He has a
He's
great crowd.
Passing around sage. We had burning sage that you burn in an ayahuasca ceremony. He's like, this is a historic theater. A historic theater in Philadelphia burnt to the ground by a bunch of fucking hippies passing sage around. What the fuck? But he was still good. Like, I'm not into that, like the drug or the psychedelic scene, but he's just very intelligent, like, and about that too. And Corby, he makes, because he's spiritual, not religious.
Right.
Like, and he ended with this great bit about the like. Did you ever wonder like if the Bible is true and God does hate fags, like what this God is like? Like he's there, because we're made in man's image. He's there. He's a six-pack Jesus abs, pumping iron. He's like, yeah. It's like I am fucking this shit. This is great. It's like I'm going to gift people and make them don them, bless them with my image. It's like so. There's these beautiful oiled up men. It's like yes, and I looked upon it and I was pleased. It's like yeah, and look, he likes him too. He's giving him a hug, and but then he's like, wait a minute. What's he doing to that? No, don't put that in there. Oh, it makes me mad. Kill them with floods. And just this this like self-hating gay god that brings about all of the fire and brimstone because he's really homophobic. But it was just like
Duncan's the best.
so good.
He's
I never heard of him until Will Fitz, bro. I gotta look him up. I gotta check him out.
Oh, he's on fucking Joe Rogan Experience all the time.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like one of my favorite guests on the Joe Rogan Experience.
I s-
Will, if you ever dropped acid, I'm convinced that your spine would make a full circle. Like, I'm pretty sure you'd just like I love it, and lean back and kiss your asshole.
Oh, okay.
When I first saw you with your jacket off, stand up in front of the camera. At first, give the camera a profile. At first, I thought you had a tummy.
I do.
But really, no, that's just your spine pushing your
My guts
gut out.
Yeah.
Your guts out.
I stand like a trailer trash watching a scene unfolding outside. What's the ruckus? What's going on there? Oh, look at that. She's there.
Do you have some type of scoliosis?
Scoliosis.
Would we like some scoliosis?
We're not making fun of our scoliosis listeners, by the way. But then again, if you're watching this, you got nowhere else to go
Oh,
anyway.
then I can go with the city comics. I can be the cripple comic.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Physically.
Well, you better pray and hope there's no Jackaboo audience one day.
All right. Well, I feel
If there is, we're gonna burn this world down.
I feel awful making fun of your physique. Josh, get up. You're a fat ass.
Yeah.
You're full of fat and rolls and dough and
There you
such.
go.
But he wears. Look, he's got the.
You do wear it well. You
Use me to.
when you're a portly fellow, you have to dress well, and you do.
Well, I don't dress too well. This is just a black dress shirt, you know. I got a sweater on underneath, so.
Yeah. I do have him, like, he noticed my gut, for, like, it blends in with Josh, you expect the overall thickness. With me, it's just the gut, like a fat Somalian child gut of air.
You look starving. You have a
But
starving
really,
gut.
it's not bloated with air though, but it's probably like a swollen, dying liver from my proud Scotch intake. That I'm just like, yeah, I build up a tolerance. My liver's failing, and it's just I'm in end-stage renal failure.
We're not supposed to be good looking. We're comedic performers. This is what comedians looked like back in the day.
Yeah,
This was handsome.
I used to be.
Now I make it look like now Dane Cook and Anthony Jeselnik making all these handsome Hollywood guys. Like, come on.
Anthony Jeselnik. He's a good-looking guy, you think?
I think he is.
He
He's got the Hollywood like blonde.
Well,
But he looks like dead.
yeah, like.
But he's got that asshole character that girls would like. Like he's just.
Anthony Jeselnik. Actually, I like the guy. It's just
He's
your
funny.
impression of him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something that's unsettling. That's his approach. Hey, women.
Oh my.
No.
Come on. I don't know. This, at all shows.
No, actually.
This show. No, Bill likes that.
He would never.
Bill,
Actually,
Bill,
Anthony
save the
Jeselnik
show.
would never
What do you
say
wanna
that.
Doubling down.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's
Well,
all in context.
well, you're
Anthony Jeselnik said it.
Let Bill tell his story.
I
Yeah,
His dog. Or his dog.
I don't. Yeah, we're gonna
Come on. I wanna-
put the Dorito face on. No, I don't have anything to save. We're going to do the talking tech segment.
All right.
So yeah, I bought because of my fat thumbs greasing up the screen. I bought a Bluetooth keyboard for my phone.
This is cool.
So I don't have,
Yeah.
I can just set the phone up and stuff, and then I can
Get the hell out.
But
Show it to the camera. The keyboard.
oh, hey.
It looks like a standard PC
It's like-
keyboard,
yeah.
except smaller, like a
Which,
tablet.
if you're, and yeah, it can more easily be used on tablets. So you don't have to buy an $800 Microsoft Surface Pro. You can buy whatever, the Kindle Fire for $40 on Amazon, and also on Amazon between 14 to 22 bucks, depending on the brand. There's a bunch of knockoffs. Like this is the Vive comb. There's also the Jelly comb, and I don't know what it is. It's just how there's those Chinese
Light
factories that
stuff.
do a ton
It's got
of
kind of
things.
a blue.
Oh yeah, and so here, let me connect it. So, because yeah, it won't do it until it's connected.
Call us in, and next week, tell us what to type.
Yeah.
That's what you type.
Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking.
Oh, yes. Do we have any Stephen Hawking jokes?
I don't. I mean, I'm off Facebook, so I miss when someone would die. And
I will say
Found out about it.
another Northeast comedy comedian, Jason Hazelwood, had a good one who said, it's like Stephen Hawking's last words were TGVHCXY23, whatever. It's like he fell on his keyboard.
That's terrible.
I saw a meme that said his dying, his death rattle, you know, when you was the windows closing.
Yeah. So yeah, it does colors and it can change red, blue, cyan.
Oh, that's cool.
Cyan.
Purple, cyan, green, blue, red.
Now, what color do you prefer?
It depends on the time of day too. I'll go with a warmer color at night, like I'll go with the red or the yellow, and then during the day I'll use maybe the blue or the cyan or the whatever the whitish color is that has green. But yeah, cool. And you can turn that on. You have 2 levels of brightness and can also just turn the light off.
Oh, I'd probably rock it with the light off.
Mhm.
I don't like to be flashy.
But you don't like to look like a hacker and stuff and be like, like a little.
Actually, hackers don't like to look like hackers. It helps them hacking.
Yeah.
Pro tip to hackers: wear normal clothing.
If you want to be just some regular schmo.
Yeah.
But all the real hackers have no less than 3 monitors. 2 of them are just scrolling numbers in Japanese
Yeah,
kanji.
it's like the freaking
Matrix screensavers.
Anime.
And then you also want to have VR gloves on even when you're typing.
One of those anime long pillows.
And shave like just one side of your head, so you either look like the dude from Fifth Element, or that's if you're a dude. And if you're a girl, you shave around the sides like Christy Mack or that Game of Thrones girl or whatever.
How do you feel about that hair trend?
Depend on a hot chick, she can wear whatever she likes.
That's right, but if you're not a hot chick, you need to stay in your lane.
Stay in.
You know who you are. You're not fooling anyone. Stop
Right.
it. Stop it.
Well, any final thoughts on this show?
Is this the last episode?
Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Well, yeah. That's well, no, this is the last episode, but I would say the JoshCast 300 is coming up, and I'm going to brag about that because
Let's all come on a cake.
I was going to say we can come on a cake and we might pull our dicks out, put it blurry down, something, because it's the first podcast in Philadelphia. There was no other person doing a podcast. I was bringing my microphone to Helium Comedy Club and this room. I remember some of those kids who would make weird faces at me because I was bringing like a weird blue dildo microphone, so it looked weird. And I was like a reporter, I was holding it up, and someone's coming to look at me, what is he doing? And then they had a podcast.
Yeah.
Years later, then they had to message me and say, hey, listen to my podcast. And I'm like, fuck you. You don't want to do my podcast. You didn't listen to
you
it.
should have been like, well, let's go on each other's podcasts.
I could do that, but I would.
But-
And do a swap cast.
I'm a jerk-off.
But also then they never would come back. Like they would just be like, yeah, you do mine, and then I'm going to make fun of you when you're not here next week.
Yeah.
Then you call in and be like, why'd you make fun of me?
Nobody, they don't have a call. We already have a
But
call.
that's the other thing too, that
They're not smart enough to do it.
like if you're busy with your own shit, you don't listen to everybody else's.
That's why I'm on Facebook, because I was
Pro tip, listen to everybody.
I was on Facebook promoting my shitty podcast. I don't blame people for not listening, and then I would see other people get more likes for their podcast because they're more likable to me. If they weren't listening, I would get jealous and stuff. And same thing, like comedians I hate. I would see them on shows, and I was just like, I gotta get off this Facebook. And then I'd post a joke that's dirty, and people say, I like that joke, I want to like it, but I don't want other people to see it. And I'm like, well, it's only people from here. I mean, who's gonna?
Pro tip, comedians, jealousy helps your career.
Yep.
A healthy feud.
No.
Well, let's all stand up here, guys, because this is the end of the show. I want to thank these 2 gentlemen for coming down.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill Miller. Thank you, Will Fitz. Thank you, 2 or 3 people, hopefully more, are listening to this.
One of them's me.
Yeah. Most likely, Bill, he likes to check himself out, hear the sound of his voice. And remember, in 2 or 3 weeks of JoshCast 300, I'm gonna drop it on y'all motherfuckers.
We're gonna have a baby.
So I'm gonna do something special. We don't know yet. It might just be a regular show like this. But anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you to the bartender for letting us use the room. Thank you to, all right, that's it. JoshCast, thanks for watching.